What's up, guys? Welcome into another episode of Apnea MTG here. We're going to do a new Niv-Mizzet Reborn deck today. Obviously, that's what I've been doing over and over again. I'm slurring my speech here. I can't talk this morning. But we're going to do a best of 3 deck. I haven't done a best of 3 deck in a while, so this ought to be kind of fun. Big shout out to Wizards of the Coast and Stream Elements for the creator program. Do appreciate it and everything that they do give us. If you're on and in the chat and following the channel, obviously because you're in the chat and you want a code, just let me know. As I'm streaming this before I upload it to YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have no way to give you a code, but enjoy the video and let me know what you think down below. So this is what I've been working on since Amonkhet Remastered got re-released. It is an older version of Niv-Mizzet Reborn, 60 card instead of the Yorion 80 card. So this is, you can see I've got 2 versions here. I think Historic, the 80 card version, is just too slow and too inconsistent with how aggressive the decks are, even in best of 3. So we'll go through it real quick. Normal, 4 Paradise Druids, single D-Spark. Here we're running 3 Rampage. This is really good just because of the modes on it, and it comes down on turn 2. So I've really been having good luck with it. You can see most of my spells at this point are all removal. And then win conditions, that's all it is a big pile of removal in win conditions. So obviously it works pretty well against most decks, but this is really nice because it is Planeswalker creature and artifact, so I can hit a lot of stuff. The things I can't hit with that, Assassin's Trophy and Maelstrom Pulse, 2 of each. Clothy, I need Graveyard Hate in the main deck. So Clothies is what I'm running main deck for my hate because of the life game, and I don't really have to pay anything or do anything for it. It's not like Kaya, who just gets killed right away or can be removed. He stays there. He's great removal. I'm sorry, she's great removal, and yeah, I hit the incidental life game. We went down to a single Deafening Clarion. In best of 3, we're not running into as many Gobble decks or Elf decks. They're more in best of 1s. So this ended up being a dead card. However, the life gain is relevant sometimes, so I left 1 in there. 3 Uro. The new cards that we're trying out here, Kalia, to find our Niv-Mizzet Reborns and our Nicol Bolas. We're running a single Nicol Bolas as well. And then we are running a single Vadrock, who allows us, if we mutate him, to recast something from our graveyard. If not, he's a 3/3 flying first strike, and if we mutate onto a Paradise Druid, he's a 3/3 flying first strike with hexproof, so he basically can just sit on the board and chump block a ton of stuff, which is really nice against more aggressive decks. Sometimes not so much. I've only played him once so far, so we'll see how he lasts. 2 Vraska. Vraska is one of the best Planeswalkers in my opinion. We don't have to worry about Little Teferi anymore. Unfortunately, if we did, he'd be in this deck. But she still hits Narset. She hits a ton of the other components from control, and for aggro deck, she hits all the little aggro pieces, and then annoying enchantments and artifacts that we just need to get off there. We swapped out the Deafening Clarions for Solar Blaze. We've been seeing a lot more big green and a lot more Obliterator style decks. Against Obliterator, this basically just makes them sacrifice 5 and just ends the game outright. Against the bigger decks, that Deafening Clarion wasn't doing enough. This really just fills that void really nicely. So we had 2 of those. Single Nicol Bolas, he's a threat in and of itself. At 4, he's a great drop. He makes him discard. If I can flip him, Nicol Bolas the Arisen is just brutal. I can get a Niv-Mizzet back. I can do 10 damage to a creature or planeswalker, draw cards, all the stuff. So he's really good. Only as a 1-of, though, he can't be searched up. Like, I can't hit Vadrock, Kalia, or Nicol Bolas with Niv-Mizzet, but it's still worthwhile. Nor can I hit Hour of Devastation, but there are a lot of cards that are in the white and green decks that make things indestructible or can't be targeted. This makes them all lose their indestructible and does damage to them, as well as all Planeswalkers. Now, the only Planeswalker we're running besides Nicol Bolas, which this doesn't matter, is Vraska. So if it does do the 5 damage to Vraska, it sucks, but a lot of times she's over it. Time Wipe, a single one. I'm still not sure about Time Wipe. Time Wipe is blue and white, so obviously I don't have any other blue and white in the deck. So it's the one card I can hit with Niv-Mizzet if it's in the pool, which is really nice, but it tends to be too slow where I want it. So this is probably going to get swapped out for something else. I'm just not quite sure what here. Tolsimir, it's great against aggro decks. It is kind of game ending for a lot of other decks. with the life gain and the fight mechanic, obviously Niv-Mizzet Reborn, and then we're running 2 cut and ribbons. Ribbons is just, if I can't get those last points of damage through, ribbons just wins, and then early game against basically ramp or anything, I can take out their creatures and just get there. And then our lands are basically a normal Niv-Mizzet Historic lands package. I'll go kind of slow. The one card I still don't like is Guildmage's Forum, and I'm still thinking about swapping this out. So Time Wipe and Guildmage's Forum's not really the best cards. But that's what we got, and until we get the rest of the cards for this deck and bring to light, this is probably what I'm going to be messing around with at 60 cards for best of 3. Whoops, the stats I meant to hit sideboard. Sideboard-wise, 3 Thoughtseize, 3 Grafdigger's Cage. Grafdigger's Cage hits all Collected Company decks. It hits Gobos. If you do end up seeing Goblins, it hits all the Reanimator-style decks that are trying to cheat everything into play. It hits them all. So they can't cast it from graveyards or libraries. The libraries component makes it absolutely worthwhile. I think it's a 3 of, absolutely. Thoughtseize and Dovin's Veto are for control, obviously. Ashiok is also for control and for Field of the Dead decks, because people cannot search their libraries, which is really good. They can't search anything. Unmoored Ego, again, for the Ugin decks and for control. You can use it against, I know, I find it doesn't really work against aggro, but you can use them against the ramp decks and control decks. Rip out the Ugins, and it does hit Field of the Dead, so if you get this turn 3 and name Field of the Dead, they have no more Field of the Deads in their deck, which is awesome. Single Knight of Autumn, modular again, artifact enchantment, or it gains me life. I'm not sure of this in the sideboard. There might be a better option here, but I'm just leaving that as is for now. And then a single Scarab God for more graveyard hate. So we have a lot of graveyard hate in there. But let's take it for a few spins here. This is best of 3, so I don't know how many games I'm going to get in the normal time frame, because these games do take a lot longer than the best of 1 games. But last time I played this, ended up hitting a lot of Rakdos Sack, Jund Sack, and Sultai Ramp. Everything seems to be Sultai Ramp. You tell I haven't been playing for a while. Still sitting. This isn't the greatest hand, but we'll see what we draw into. Green mono would be great. Yeah, we're going against big green, so we're actually going to just go get our green. So we get that Paradise Druid active. My favorite thing to do, we got Time Wipe up, and we also have Nebraska here, that's why I played the black. Dino snores.
It's not often I'm outmaneuvered.
Alright, so we gotta get to this Time Wipe, and I don't have double white now, so this is gonna be a little bit obnoxious. And speak of it, we've got our another white bear. I'm gonna drop the Root Bound so I can play Clothy. Gonna take a decent amount of damage, but then I have Time Wipe next turn into Niv-Mizzet. I'm going to be able to stabilize. interesting. He doesn't have any cards in his hand, so I should be able to come back into this, but I don't know. Let's see. Getting closely putting in all the work that we need here. Boom, there. And we get to see. So that time wipe actually did exactly what we needed to. I don't think there's really anything I want to change against this, so I think we're just going to have to hope that we get good draws again, just like that. That time wipe was clutch. And we've got it again in our hand, into double white. And the slower start, that's fine. Got the Maelstrom Pulse, and interesting. There's Marauding Raptor again. Of course he has it in every frickin' hand. Probably should have put a Temple Guard in there, but it's alright. So next turn we don't really have a move, unfortunately. We are getting close to time wipe. See how he dumps his hand here. So we're definitely gonna play that, and then we'll get our planes with the Fabled Passage. Should be able to wipe all this off the board. I'm gonna take 7, unfortunately. White for time wipe. Again, time wipe is winning us this game, I hope. Oh man. Alright. I misplayed. This is gonna hurt us pretty bad. If I can live here till next turn. I can time wipe. Thundering Snap. Actually, you can get that haste. Do I take the 5, gain 3? I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 5 here. So this is going to be an uphill battle, and if he's got a haste creature, we're boned. But we're going to try. We have Tolsimir and Rampage in our hand. So we might be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Untapped non-king land would be great. There's Earl, which is pretty good. But we are just going to get this off the field and use 3 life. get a concede out of him again. Time wipe. Maybe we're not getting rid of time wipe. Kept us in that pretty well. $350. Oh, that's right. Like best of 3. $350. See what we got here. Red white. Not great, but we'll keep it. We have so many of our colors that it's hard to pass up a hand like this. Granted, we don't have any action till turn 4. Looks like we might be playing, yeah. And take Brasco. Don't know. Control blank. So we're probably going to get our first Niv-Mizzet counted. I'm going to take one Niv-Mizzet. We'll drop the other one. Refill our hand. Yep. Let's go Mage's Forum. White, green, black, missing blue. Nice draw. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I gotta get rid of him next turn, but I've got cut.
Nightmares of behold.
Alright, so we can't let that stay around too long. Let's see here. We're just gonna Maelstrom Pulse so he doesn't get that land.
My victory was but a dream.
I really want to drop this Niv. Can't do both, huh? Discard the card. So even if he transforms them to get rid of our Niv-Mizzet, we can despark or Angar's Rampage here. Yep.
Kneel before your God. My knowledge is endless.
Putting in that work clothing.
Always return.
We're just gonna leave it there. And get D-Spark and Assassin's Trophy up this way. And then we get to do this. And that should just be game. So here we definitely are gonna bring in some controlling stuff. Definitely Clarion, Time Wipe. We'll keep a single Solar Blaze in. We actually might just keep the Time Wipe in. That gives us 3 spots. I'm going to bring in the Dovin's Veto. I'm going to keep the Time Wipe. D-Spark's good. Everything else should be good here. Cut is really good because it takes care of all his Niv-Mizzets. So, yeah. Let's see what he's got sideboard-wise. He might just unmoored Ego me to death. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get our white. We'll have Dovin's Veto up next turn. Should be good. We have to shock ourselves to do it, but that's alright. Alright, so the play is going to be Rootbound into Clothy, hopefully here. Unless he's got another discard spell. He does. Can't take Clothy, he can only take Cut. Oh, and he's got another one. All discard all the time. We're filling out pretty good here. Taking all 3 of the spells that I actually want. So we're gonna try and put a little bit of pressure on him. Make sure I have black. I do.
Pity we couldn't have been allies.
It was annoying. So this sucks really bad, but we'll see. We should have enough stuff here. Keep the pressure up, which is really what we want to do here. Win with our Paradise Druid would be hilarious. It's like he doesn't have much going on either. So Assassin's Trophy is the one thing, yeah.
I have other plans.
I'm still gonna have to get rid of that Glacial Fortress, which sucks, but I already have the planes on the battlefield.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit. resonate throughout the multiverse. I outsmarted you eons ago. Another time, Planeswalker.
He's drawn all action and we got nothing. So hopefully we get a Niv-Mizzet here before anything else. Otherwise we're kind of boned. Oh, and the Scarab God. Damn it. All gas. And we're all freaking lands. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, well, we don't have much time here. We got one more turn to not draw lands, which is ridiculous. But, yeah. Yep. Alright. Let's try this again. Give this a shot with a little bit of early hand disruption. Hopefully we can stay there. Not drawing anything but land that really hurt us, obviously. And no answer to Scarab God. This is going to be pretty bad, in my opinion. He's going to be able to tear our hand apart. But we've got all our colors because of the Fabled Passages. So it's hard not to keep this. But yeah, with the amount of discard he has, that Niv-Mizzet Reborn is probably so end Earth Rampage. Interesting. I'm gonna try and thin my deck a little bit. I know I didn't have to do that, but Leap of Sanity. If he doesn't get a discard here, we're okay. If he has got discard, we're kind of in. Yeah, so there goes Niv-Mizzet. Right on time for him. And here we go flooding again. So this might be a quick game. Man, we are getting some serious land draws. Here we go. What do you think? We're gonna go for blue. See if he's got another blue. He does. Well, that was worth a shot. He can't take anything, so. Badrock doesn't do anything for me here, unfortunately. do think we're just gonna flood out to Oblivion again. I'm just gonna make me discard it if I don't play him. Wow, look at this land. Alright, I'm gonna mute it for a second, guys. There's a big truck coming by. So that was timely that he used that Aether Gust first. If we can get Cloaky down, we're in good shape. If he can rip this Cloaky from our hand, we're in really bad shape. At this point, I don't care if he takes out the Niv-Mizzet. So we're actually just going to use Cut here. Cloaky on the field. And this should put him out of the game. So that him using the Aether Gust on that's nice. Oh god, I don't want you to have any of these. Do not want him to take my Niv-Mizzet, so I'm going to get rid of that right away. Yeah, okay, so we got him to concede. That Aether Gust was a misplay on his part, but I guess he just wanted to push his advantage, so he got there. I honestly, like, a Tamio would probably be good in the sideboard. With all the other stuff that I have. Oh, where's Niv-Mizzet? I think we may just do that, because she can prevent the discard. Oops. We're gonna go ahead and sideboard her in for that Night of Autumn. Because she can prevent discard and sacrifice effects. So if I can keep her alive, she's really good. I'm having a hard time trying to get this much stuff into the deck against control. So we'll wait and see. But I may end up cutting a Thoughtseize and or a Dovin's Veto for some other action. This is pretty slow. Song of Creation. If he's actually playing Song of Creation, that would be hilarious. I don't have green. Wow. No, I do. Tiny. This early in the game, I'd rather not ramp him. If we don't have to. So zombies.
Coming until it's too late.
Zombies, zombies, zombies. Wait, did that not? And it always does this. It jumps back to play mode every once in a while. I was wondering why we were. I didn't even look at the timers. That's my bad. I don't know why it always jumps back to play mode from the mode that you're playing, but every once in a while, not all the time, it seems to do that. This I will keep. Land would be awesome here. Untapped land would be awesome. Or even a shock land. Yeah. It's 100% worth it to do this. You got Veraska or Nicol Bolas next turn.
I'm mysterious, refined. A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Oh, I won't forgive
Okay,
this.
I'm done.
Lands, man, lands. And man. I am not getting much of anything here. It's gonna be hard for him to kill me because of Cloaky, but
You wish you had a fraction of my power. Get out of my way already.
oh, there's a land.
Good luck with your little duel.
Destroyed my hand here.
I really don't care about your plans.
I really don't care about your plans.
This has been a waste of my time.
Ah, that blows.
We're doing things my way.
Yeah. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill himself with all this life loss stuff. He's got Murderous Rider to gain life now, which will negate it. It's not.
your loss.
It's gonna sacrifice. At this point, he's gonna have to give it a rankle. Interesting. What's going on there? He just ran out of steam as I gained all that life, so yeah, sure.
I have no interest in fighting fair.
He's got to gain life here. I don't think he can.
I grow strong. You grow weak.
Yeah, okay. Our devastation's good. Time wipe is probably good. Alright, so I think we're gonna we definitely want to bring in Tamio. And I think we're gonna bring in a Scarab God here. We will take out a Solar Blaze. And what else? Solar Blaze and Deafening Clarion. I mean, I kind of like Deafening Clarion. Maybe we don't bring in Scarab God too. I can both. Yeah, we're gonna do Scarab God. We have to take out one. D-Spark doesn't hit a ton of stuff, but it hits enough, so I think it's gonna have to be Telio. Alright, we'll try it this way. Looks like he switched it up to a more control build now.
Seize the day, my minions. Fine. I can see I'm not wanted. I really don't care about your plans.
Let's see how this goes. It's picking and choosing between discarding the lands and actually building it up, but it's still off Kroxa, so Fortunately, nothing to really pop here. Drawing cards.
The best thing about zombies is their adoring obedience.
Pain is weakness, leaving the body.
Let's see if we can launch Vraska. He's gonna... Oh, he's not. That's alright. Unfortunately with this gate now I can't. Yeah.
Everyone is expendable.
I don't want him to take that thing if at all possible. Alright, so he just concedes. He wasn't getting anything. Looks like that last round was his best one. I'm gonna mute it for a minute. I got a bunch of trucks coming by again, so hang tight. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to call it there. All in all, the deck is pretty streamlined. I'm sure there's still a few changes we can make. That last game against Wasteland, it's not one you see very often, but again, that is why we brought in Tamio. Maybe a 2 in there somewhere, and maybe this Ashiok should be something else, but I think the sideboard has some work. But the main deck, I think, is pretty good. Again, the Kaalia and Vadrock, we didn't see him at all, really. We saw Vadrock once, but he wasn't usable. These are definitely flex spots. I don't know what to do with them. I do like the Kaalia and the Vadrock against aggro decks, so I tend to want to leave them in, especially because of their abilities. And Time Wipe, like I said, I was going to take it out, and then that first game, we only won it because of Time Wipe. Our Devastation would have got us there, too. Actually, so would a Solar Blaze, so maybe not, but the fact that we have that other board wipe in there, this may not be Time Wipe, but it definitely should be a board wipe, I guess. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been messing with. I'll probably be back with a different version, the 80-card version of this, later on, in the next couple of days, or maybe next week. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Give it a spin. Let me know what you're changing in the sideboard or what you changed up. Appreciate it as always. Until next time, shoot.